Hey everyone, Road Breach here, and today we're going to respond to a video by Griffin Gaming about PC ports of PlayStation games. Since Spider-Man Remastered was announced to be getting a PC port, I figured this would be a good time to weigh in on this topic. But before we get into the video, I need to first talk about my opinion on PC ports of PlayStation games. I believe having a library of exclusive games on your platform is important. It gives customers an incentive to buy it in the first place. I wanted the Wii U for Splatoon, I wanted the Switch for Splatoon 2, and I wanted the PS5 for Rift Apart. If your platform has nothing but multi-platform titles, then it doesn't give people an incentive to buy your platform. I'm not completely keen on having platform exclusives becoming available on other platforms, especially ones that cost thousands of dollars. But when it comes to problems that I have in my life, porting PlayStation exclusives to PC is actually pretty low on that list, especially if it's what the developers wanted in the first place. But there's nothing wrong with a little competition, especially when it comes to this market. Besides that, let's get into Griffin's video. The video is titled, "Sony Releasing God of War for PC Has Fanboys Angry." The video itself is on a YouTuber named Supernova Gaming, and the first couple of minutes, I actually agree with what Griffin says here. Griffin clowns on Nova for being inconsistent with his gaming preferences, like wanting his games to run at 30 frames per second, which is stupid in my eyes. I always want my games to run smooth, while his gameplay footage for his video is running at 60 frames per second. Nova also contradicts himself about having no problem with PlayStation games getting ported to PC 1 second, then having issues with it the next. I also agreed with Griffin, bringing up the fact that even if a game releases day and date on both PlayStation and PC, you're still going to be able to play it on PlayStation. Nova doesn't really make any strong arguments throughout his video when explaining why he has a problem with porting PlayStation exclusives to PC, with the best possible counter-argument being, you still get to play it on PlayStation even with the PC port, and Sony isn't going to take it away from you. However, the other boot starts to drop around the 20-minute 40-second time code.
But yeah, the PC and PlayStation 5 share the exact same architecture, so it's really not hard at all.
This may be a technicality, but the PS5 has a way more powerful graphical processing unit and only 8% of gamers have something that can compete with it. My point is, even though PS5 scalpers exist, the PS5 costs way less than a gaming PC. This in turn makes the PS5 way more accessible than gaming PCs. I can live with the fact that some developers want to release their games on PC, but at the same time, that's going to be a small group of people, because not everyone can drop a couple $1,000 on a gaming PC. Griffin tries to make the argument that the game would be more accessible with PC ports, but once again, that's going to be a pretty small group because consoles are cheaper on average. So trying to make the games come to the players isn't a valid argument.
So what is Sony gonna do? Instead of making them come to where the games are, they're gonna bring the games to them so they can get their money. Because guess what? Money's green no matter if it comes from a PlayStation 5 owner or someone on Steam. Money talks, bullshit walks.
I only wanted a gaming PC because I needed a computer that wouldn't chug like Thomas the Tank Engine carrying Devastator when using Wondershare Filmora. That other shoe continues to plummet faster when Griffin says this.
I just really want to know where this deep-seated hatred for PC comes from. Did a dude with a triple monitor setup like steal your girl or something? Like, I really just don't fucking get it, man.
God, you're really going there. Maybe he hates the PC because they're more expensive than consoles. The phrase PC master race is pretentious as hell, because a PC being powerful is not a given, because most consumers aren't made of money. I find it funny that you keep suggesting that this guy is weapons grade retarded, but you also can't think of a singular reason why someone would hate PC gaming. Hell, the fact that Griffin mentioned that Game Pass on consoles is better than PC didn't seem to tip him off either.
No, like I said, even if I'm a PC gamer, console Game Pass is way too fucking good to pass up on.
He also said that Nova admitted that there was no reason to buy the hardware unless there's exclusive content for it.
I just want to reiterate this because I think it's absolutely fucking hilarious. He's literally admitting here that the only reason there is to go out and buy a console is the arbitrary exclusives they force you to buy the console for. Like, literally, the hardware itself is not worthy of the purchase itself. You need those exclusive games to kind of twist your arm in order to force you to buy that console if you want to play those games. There is no value proposition in the PlayStation 5 in and of itself. It's only through exclusive content does it become worthwhile. Like, he's literally admitting that the PlayStation 5 is a waste of fucking money if you already own a different platform. So once again, I'm going to open my hand and open invitation here. Please join us in our mission to make it possible to play whatever video games wherever the fuck you want to. I mean, wouldn't that just be a beautiful world we'd live in, where anyone with any console could play any game they fucking want to? They have crossplay so they can play with their friends on other platforms. Like, how the fuck does that sound like a bad thing to people?
I may be speaking for myself here, but what if the game simply won't work and wasn't designed for every platform? What if the game makes use of features intrinsic to the platform? ARMS was built for the Switch hardware, and trying to play the game with a Pro Controller sucks, because the direction of your punches are controlled with the same joystick you use to move. But playing it with the Joy-Cons feels great. You can steer your punches and move independently from how you direct your attacks. This happy-go-lucky attitude of just letting people play games anywhere doesn't cut it, when some games don't work well when trying to retrofit the experience to play it in a way that wasn't designed for it. I didn't even mention light gun shooters, because light gun shooters don't work when emulated on PC unless you get a specific peripheral for it, the Sinden light gun. But if you could play ARMS on PC, it wouldn't work well because ARMS was designed with motion controls in mind. Plus, you don't need to do a bunch of complex setup with certain peripherals working on game consoles. At the end of the day, I don't completely agree with Supernova or Griffin Gaming. I don't agree with being out for the PC player base's blood, and I don't agree with having one platform that plays everything. Once again, I can live with PlayStation games getting ported to PC because I can still play them on PlayStation at the end of the day. But trying to make the argument that it makes it more accessible works about as well as machine learning being used to moderate YouTube. They both don't work under scrutiny. Besides that, do not go out of your way to harass anyone that I mentioned in this video. You are not welcome in my garage. But be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and that's all for now. Gotta zoom.
When the bad guys are out, all you have to do is shout now.